Guahu si Emily Guerrero Sablan, Tauto Totu, Mapanyogazo Tamuning, Imanyanahu si Jose Pangilinan Sablan, dan si Maria Lujan Guerrero, si Tatao Tauto Sumay, dan si Nanahu Tauto Hagadnya, di Pamilyan Anonas, i Tatao na banda, Pamilyan Mali, Pangilinan Titano, dan i Sablan, Tadza man mafaana niya si pamilya niya, si Tatao. Mapanyagazo gi Enero 24, 1950. That's January 24th, 1950. Oh, noisy, ha? Malegnya man dyan Ritidian esti sa Tadza noise. Oh, Ritidian, none whatsoever. It's I even have a Chamorro hut and my outdoor classroom. Yes, and I'm actually off tomorrow. I can and Sunday I'm there. I work Sunday, but if this is going to be that long, it would be. I will give it a shot. Guau si Emily Guerrero Sablan. Hagan Maria Lujan Guerrero, dan si Jose Pangilinan Sablan, si Nanahu and Mapanaan ni Guerrero na banda i Anonas, and Lujan i Pamilyan Sigot. Mapanyago agat niya si Nanahu, si Tatahu Tauto Sumay, i Nananya si Ana Titano Pangilinan, Hagan Nieves Mendiola Titano, dan Pedro Tori Pangilinan, pues Bula no Sablan Pangilinan, Guerrero Sablan, Guerrero Lujan i pamilya ko. Mapanyagazo gi Enero 24, 1950. Zano Toto na Dumangkaludzo. Dumangkalun estil guam lo pues manhanam makonyo pesan lago sa no piwa upamanut Chamorro gi alam mi classroom za orson si Tatao ni toduhu makastiga ni manapapanggi mid 1,000 times. I will not speak Chamorro in class. The orson si Tatao pasan e podung i gimamami gi Typhoon Karen. I guess ko apay soda na rasona, that was a good enough reason. Sa esta masangani na tibay magradua ganigi eskwelaang guam kumasigaw munot Chamorro. Pues ani manadza no magradua gi Sweetwater High School in National City, California. Umumuji si Tatao pamungadzo mo eskwela gi lago koleo. Mato magi gwini talo 19 honors. Estay amko gagigi 71 years old at that time. This is 71. Za sigaam no magumento sa esta matulalay kay i manirahu sa mapokagyo gilago sa untunga na and i jamo environment how mo na matulalay ka pues otra tiningon niya zulo sa tata itiningo i antigo malago niya pues sigaam di sigahu magando gi koleho sa jahu nileliu ni mangi guam mangi itanota pues sige lopat gunzo 19 dapat tiningo tagi ano na yadan pues militar si Tatao retired sa Artuloki si manyaw niya sa sigaw mamahani ni ID card niya pues sa Chuli ID card pues sumalo mo di militar pud ano na rason i manapat tadzo ni ID card to pasumalo mo. At that time, edo na tempo imanay na man maanyaw no panhanaw pamaguna edo na tibula manhalom. Di ano na sakan i 1970 around that. Bula esta 20 dozen na pamalawan Chamorro sta manhalom gi wak. Zano pasige man ma-recruit and i-amko in the old days and guano biumo konni alam dan asagwa next week. There's no waiting. And that was the Antigua ways. Was the marriage-minded, so ni mamatinas titungo. So I know that that's one of the duties of a wife is to know how to cook. Pues ano sangani amko leku sao na bayalum like nga fanani tatahu atan uli langit sa like nga gasha shados konni. So we were having a hard time with each other. The American ways and the old ways. Yet he wanted to hang on to itinungo manamko. Tinungo manamko, as long as you live under my roof, you will go by my rules. Pues malago mo nga jo dumisatenta gisay nahu. So you know your parents are the foundation of life at home. You can make anybody mad but your mother and your father. We really held on para edzi honor your father and your mother na commandment. Pues humalum jo. That was when the change began. Matulay ka jo uripara na uripara na itiningo o gwinigi isla maulik ang gemparapon apat maulik. Lo also nisiton defendihaw. Sa man diferente ham na klasen pamalawan. So makat sa believe it or not, bulaw maluk na hanggang bulig bag mini prejudice gana mandadang kilit lo mandagi go ay. Taja prejudice. Manugagandam dan pamagun sinu gimongmong elementary, pamagun Palau, pamagun Tagalog. Sa taja am naman mumuput pudiman different ham. Mumut sampai ko mo anyayit padun gapudit padu jalo ayit ti pudi sinu ha padu. Pas tutungo ano na klase nila ala. Esta que malumo gi militar. Edge na malakno si Lefeno English defense mechanism. Una fit me jalo chagi jani sa tibesedia. In isa ipinu mami ni Chamorro, the little that we know. Sa hasu na hamin na graduates, hami man mapapana. Buako na patun di tercer grado i maestra zunga isip kulu di blackboard dana halu mi gwenghu dana ketu bida todo masagyo ni pamaoto na pamagoon utsali na maestra atman da estia na sakan na ulaknus ibinibu nedyo na maestra ane u realisa na timagan na jo ugan na siya Guahu gumana igeran lepenu ujo interpersonal relation guahu gumana sa makedja lang jo makedja mak ipinohu gita guahu lo maanya jo lo timatsuli espiritu ichi choku pago mapapasyo maulit jai titeluhu interpretive bilingual gipinoho. Pues hapa mas na regalo ganana juus pabena igasya kana edzi ti mapresudu po di patsoto ni manokti sa uusa ipinoho paigosoko defense. Anafalik niya usanganya tati gipinoho ni equivalent para isa nangan niya ni lo timatunga palele ko. Pues tayo mano in trouble. Tadza otro sinya no chumanslada apele ko. Pues ugana na ito. It must be the rebellious Chamorro in me sa hagasalingis tataw ay esti na patgun. Happer patatogin esti. So joining the military was a good thing for growth. Para pabay tungo tayo manulala gitano Amerikano. Ilaku si tatahu kada no puengi anaatan hapa bidan mamami mamokat gi geri jani lamasa poli hapa no jan mami homework. Ja pagod sa matsaliku lo gitatin na tempo tumatangis so sa dispensaw Jangan babetangis. Lo anak putih tu sa kalau nuna puputi sa inahu being defiant. Lo tu comprendi apa gisan halomo. Apa na nilaci edi pabekwentus Bilingual hiho. Ja ago ti pa ko si tataw ya pagahu jalengnya. Bente gaw jamu no na homework mo. Ang tunga na po kasya jo lo puti sa ipumalo man stutida sa waku makastitiga ni pabe ni edja jo kung homework sa utotok bit kung homework gi sa eskwela lo something in me told me na didiretsu jo didinanti aji pabe makastitiga lo pago na ni namko u jam pago ni esta u no estichi cho u pago no tungo na neither did he stop me from speaking Chamorro. Dialek niya para pumunot Chamorro sa atunga lo kaya amko nala sinedyo nalay lo tigwidya pumatinas ilay na japago ha no tutungo pagwa na haani no tungo na si senador po badadso muna ma pasa ilay na mafatnagui jatajak wadu pampenut Chamorro pamagungal mispela tutungo na pagwa no tungo ano ganyan na sagwanya as Senyora Arlene Badalo that nagwidya lo pumasa Chamorro Land Trust. Both programs which I was very pleased na matudot tati. Puti dyan na storya pragbaho sa Sumagaw, Alaska. Jolii na tagwana loki man mabidaniya i Eskimo. Sumagaw, Puerto Rico. Namampus Puerto Rico man metgut ti man masedi. Igi eskwela niya. The only subject in English is English. Pumapanagi math, science siya, gipino niya. Pues mana pa Puerto Rico kalan seloso jo didi na di pa beli na siya man ngekwentus. Lo usungo na todo na usungon sa utungo na antijaku ilay niya ni nesita by Pino English lo tadza u mana galugad u sa Pino Chamorro. Besides ti matungo apaleliko. Pues lo Pino English na I suppress all those feelings of emotions of being punished. Madzunga esto sa nganyam ja madzunga circulo gi blackboard man halum gengu matsap gyud ni pamaguun man maanya man ma panak kanay mamin itagwini putiadso base eskwela manapan man mutta man manapasi sa lapi lo unggan todo jay maanak ko well you know what ano matu tatigini ja mababa posisyon unso di US Fish and Wildlife dialek nga zu na chetsu na necesita untungo mangge komentus jan an manaitay gipino Chamorro well gipino Inglaterra everything happens for a reason sagwaha dos na amko Benai ni ijokuno tribute pago. Nakomotisiya 20 tibay. So now sa I had a very low rating of myself na sinadyo mo maestan Chamorro. Sa pudapa sa titungo manggay titungo manaitay. Maulik no tungo komentus. Only knowing later on na bula na palabras, latsiw, sasangan, loesta, at least I was using it. Si Senyora Dunca, Profesora Dr. Bennett Dunca, dyan si Senyora Tan Antonian Castro gid sa Talupopo. Ane matujo pa be panaplika pa be maester gidioi ane mapagumatu tati in 1999. Like nga ay dega untungo pun Chamorro kunggan like nga malago sa man pataham maester Chamorro. Like no, not me. Please, like nga suffer like I would do such an injustice to the children. That tutung ungan utungo commentos. Ano idzu historia. Like nga patatong. Translada in your best and gimas mo natiningo mo. You know, I've taken many exams over years. De estadio gui para be 50 años. Like, you know that feeling of you're sitting there with a paper and you're going, oh dear Lord. Sampi anong maduraho is the way I felt. Lord, I know that she's not going to look at me in that manner. Sa tungwa na nuan man di tayo sa timuskwela. You're not going to believe how happy I was and like nga untungo guana palabra sinya she wasn't looking at spelling, and only at that time did I know that the word spelling is dinilitea, because when I grew up here, the way that the Chamorro that I understood was spelling fan no, okay, spelling fan become spelling fan. Where I knew spelling, I never knew dinilitea was spelling. Where I was so happy to go home to learn one word, and the being the only other sibling that returned. Manggagito naman ni Lujan lago, pero di guwahu dyan ni lam ko na Ceallaigh. Dosa, ja magubjo na una I gave it my best foot forward sa ko no. And sinyo tungo lingwahin otu, debi di bay tungo, and that's exactly what my father would say. Right now, itatahu unan na lo ane kana flank ane kana padungjo gi Chamorro studies humano jo papa para naptan tatahu da matat sungu gi da lekutata hafastin sedi hafastina in sedi na benfan matsulegwan da pagu kalano little Janya words itataw datsi, that means dumb. Apa na pa bay datsi gilingwahiyo. Hapasti. Niga pa no sa nganganit sa like I had to forgive Papa. I had to forgive him to overcome that, because that was the best he knew at that time. Lo pagu esti na generasyon, I doubt it no maknas. I doubt it very much no maknas. Sa tu maknas mientras sa hamin ni so to speak, como manggagaya man amku hami na generation makagang sa people aso. Sa inmimix Pinoy Chamorro and Pinoy English. Lopago na generasyon, jahujo na dia si Senyor Bevacqua ane at sagi todo na sagi mga muna sa Pinoy English in the entire day. Did you realize how difficult that was? Gina dia? Lo maput edu na dia Paraguaho. Santunga pa sa estas na edad migay na biyaki na that was my fallback. Ingopya sadek niya Pinoy English kano ito. Iagako they're half Chamorro, half Puerto Rican. Lo, you know how proud they are if magono na po ma-retain ipatiniya como man Chamorro. Mapatinas mebu na rasan tauta. They call themselves Chamorricans. Jagay gid man matatu Chamorrican le kupolo sa mebu lo gagaya a root word. Chamorican siya dos leko postado gapos gwa sa grupon pamaguon gini ni mo agang sa lokwin ano sa Timalago masotta ihaga nananiya. Pues ampon atan magari pamaguon 5:10 5:11 naman lo ka pamaguon lo taja gwa sa komosiga makomprendi iya gahu a komprendi peno Chamorro iposangan mas gipeno Espanyol. Lo komosiga tana pamta mo na jata panawi polo masa apling. And my advice to anyone trying to learn Chamorro, be it appling or be it wrong in spelling, if I can catch the gist of what you're trying to tell me, you've succeeded. Como tu gipino Chamorro. Whether it's ORU or ORRO, we still mean the same. Logwahu, mas preferan na it's CHamoru. Sa Guastoriahu, put umasada dyan umpalaan, gikamisiriya, gija Alaska. Usay jakud sakit nilinga mabebendi jo antis gisamis. The Guam jacket with the Guam zagay Chamorro gisantati. Adeka jo mo na jalek nga. You're Chamorro? Oh, yes, I am. Oh, I'm so glad to meet you, lek nga. I could detect na Española na pumano oto. Lek nga. So where are you from? And it block na lek nga gija Alaska. I mean, where like I'm from Guam, lek nga. There's Chamorros in Guam, like a whole island full. CHaMorro, wilalig niya. Pasigam, kusati dyan mo na. But you said you're Chamorro like who I am. Tadza na nalak agagaw ni dyan na ay Jaco ID card. Jaco ID card lang nga Sablan tourist. Idyan niya ID card like nga abdi dyan na niya Estela Chamorro. Like who? Wait a minute, I think you're talking different here. You're saying is my last name Chamorro? Like, yes, I said no. Our people are called Chamorro. She looked just as stunned as I was, looking at her ID card that said Estela Chamorro. And I just told her there's plenty of Chamorros in Guam. Pues ito na tijahu na babay. And my thing on that is just as there are no race of people called Smith, the Smith race. There's no, I don't want to belong of the Chamorro race from down in, I think she was from Colombia, Argentina. Because it's a toss-up. Anybody can call themselves what, lo. The important part is, como masudad ano ganzalek mo, manana si Jews, but half a day, then mampareho kit. Whether you are ORRO or ORU, we are one. Maput, pinenena, maput, Palawan, just in general. Palawan po halum at that time. Sa ilalaki mansen hosguan ni apa na kalan playhouse i basic training. And mga kati pamalawan man mati ju Sergeant Palawan na talo jaman maapagan ipo manapan maulik sinantenia. So during that time, there's still this sexist definition of male and female. Lahi de biduta. If a Malawan tajag wasiga mangati, you can be and madispenso sa Palawan. Secondly, maput sa Palawan no jati Americano jo, ti apakajo, ti tautoedzo. That's number 2. And thirdly, in 1970s, Gaigu Aniston, Alabama, Ceallaigh apaka, Ceallaigh atilu, daman mapaisinam, mano gato, was uno gatsongo, si Pat Smith, Pat, Kinata, Tautomata, Gaiga, Giniguam, Veterana, Loque, Quatram, and Staba. We made a pact, the Puerto Ricans, Filipinas, todos girls of other color. And we decided we didn't grow up like this. Why do we have to choose? But guess what? Hapa Western mommy. Hami ni were neutral. Man from race relation ham. Hami race relation now do sa kalan impanagbi. It's like everything happens for a reason. Man mapegam gwi pa benpanui estisya na look mangganen dikikiham na lugar. Bulaham guapalaw guatagala gudzo. Lo it's not a position mo. Na it's how you treat others. You treat someone just as you want to be treated. By the time of 8 weeks, I pride myself in knowing I was instrumental in changing the mindset of one black girl and one white girl. They both wanted to be friends with me, but I did not want to go bowling or eating if only one is going to come. You want to be with me, then you're both going to have to come. They found out in 8 weeks' time. Nah, they were so misled. Remember, okay, that they come from the hills of Kentucky. They come from the corners of North Carolina, where blacks and whites did not talk. The Manonram pa Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. The Legnay and Linda, is a good friend. You're not coming in here with those N's, the N-word. Grandma, you taught me wrong. These are my two best friends. They helped me through basic training. Pues natimalagwan na halumam, well, then you're gonna have to go. Well, if I leave here, you won't see me again. Because all this time, tiyasaw niya si Linda. Her name was Linda Chestnut. And si Carolyn Jones. She has son. Ano man halumam, anak pan halumam ibiya. Anak ko ga panalulo at gay inatulunga because of the Alabama sun. Sige a stroke ga panuluko. The sige di gwaza na katsako na malago na palug boo. Okay, sa pudi tetungo. She didn't know what to make of me. Ko Indian zoo ko ane atungo na ganen tau otuna isla jo. Ja accepta iatulung na baby halo sa puno hano dyan na granddaughter. I feel like I was instrumental in bonding other people because of my upbringing and because we lived on an island where, heck, if nobody told me that girl was Palawan, I just figured, we didn't know race. We just knew friends that we grew up was maput gi utelo once NHTsu. I think you can apply yourself irregardless of where you come from, because if you know you have it in you to follow whatever it was, the preamble or the objective of what you're in for, it's all what you make it. And we had to fight. We had to fight our way. We had to fight our way into a man's army. But we were the Women's Army Corps, and we did basic training at Anniston, Alabama. The movie of Goldie Hawn, Private Benjamin, about 3/4 of that is true. It's true. It's a learning, and I think that I probably wouldn't have come this far had my father not okayed. My father was born January 11, 1899, and he was instrumental in my being part of the. He didn't okay all our sisters. He okayed me and my youngest sister, and I think I have to give him a lot. I give him a lot of thanks because he opened the doors. Remember 1970s, and having a father that old in that era, women weren't allowed to do very much, okay? But I think he was saying, please take her and put some sense in her head or something, because I was dubbed Agogat, and my sisters, they still say, yeah, maybe you were. They tease me, and they did not discover Prozac in the 50s yet, and they should have given you some. So what happened is it manifested into an overactive, very hyper senior citizen, which is me. I still got a lot of ideas that I can do to make sure that our language is never forgotten. Whether it be in writing, whether it be in consulting those who are wanting to learn, because I did not have that support growing up because of the laws, the English only rule. And sometimes I wonder if they did not impose the English only rule, would we be able to speak as well as we do? I just posted on Facebook, and I was mocking a visitor who kept repeating, you speak English very well, but can you speak Chamorran as well? And I had to correct him twice. No, sir, it's not Chamorran, it's Chamorro. The language and the people are the same. The language are spelled the same. And I get that all the time. Are you from here? You speak very well. Well, sometimes I don't want to go into the story. But just the other night, I said thank you to the teachers who made me write 1,000 times. I will not speak Chamorro in class because I became a writer. I still love to write. I don't use computers. I do use computers, but I still love to write in journals. And to those teachers that said, Emily can do better, and if she just applies herself and stop talking, not be so talkative, where they didn't know I became an interpretive park ranger and I do talking for a living. So, everything balances out. I'm happy now, happier than ever, because I am here. I love it. It's very refreshing to go shopping or talk, and people say, "Apa sa nahu man mangingi," or something. It's like, oh wow, I didn't think I'd ever see the day na be mangingi como unsay na, and to be back here, because we do it back in the States, but here it's in volumes. The manye na sinanti magubso na ihamzu na generasyon po sinili takti i lengguahe itano i nengi i kultura dan i tradisyon. It's all ititilunya interpretive bilingual interpretive park ranger utotogwi i outreach and education todo klase na pinanagwi utotogwi pagu i hadin hinemlu para amut paben panmananum amut siya dyan pabe empati gitaw i recipe ni tamanum mapatinas i amut guha amut tinino magahit na i manmagas hagas asti na plano lo pwede salapi no na banda lo esto sa nganya na esti optimo na saka na be pasotso pues hagas man interesado pues manayo ni funding ni pabecho guyajo magubjo sa tisina panagwi ikutura tisina panagwi lingwaki jangantaja esta cosas para resources. Tisino pa pera di literatur dan drawing siya, jininga. Tisino sa nganyo put i halik nuno. Hapa jujanya feeling ipanggay gigi kanto ni hali nunu ni manak kalaji ganan ni lijang. Isinya suka bay pentadyo sahnya lokomokonyo halum jo sanganganyo padaju sinya banti un senti isininteku sa gaygo gi arija gi lepeno Inglaterra environment. Magubjo loti magubjo sa i militar ni apa po malagunya ni po matsogi ki papa inli iya todo gi news inli iya todo gi television apa malagunya po matsogi ni tunalaga ja tijahu tutungo apa po timonnya lo mengo na bagay ki jangan magay na edjo po matsogi sa edjige na manggaygi imanyanata edjige na manggaygi imangwelota Ansyano dyan na lugar, wahasa majunga gihalumi lijang, kanay dyan hagyan dyan, pues, nayan, jahapa, nayan na pumali talo dyan ipamagunta. Pues, no, jahu ichichou, esta gipapa para 13 años, esta kumeke, dyan no, todi pamaguan niyo panuin edyo, kwedya, jangan teman man licato umahasu jo mapenta sa ansyano na lugar mangi na lugar dataja otu lugar wahan sinyong kumpara taneto na lugar jahu na estina na in interview jo wini jahu na in Chile only tatu masya ilijang jan ejo papa ni para puna i kwentosu ni ejo sa ejo nalga tesinya masangan na manrebu i Chamorro sa i ottimo na gwinaduk i University of Guam i Archaeology Department 3,500 years old na fishing camp. Tamano gua fishing camp ang tata. Pues edjo na edjo. Napiniti jangan popalingo i tano tatanita tanito nalka. No. Untunga na no iligniya i pinu Inglaterra there's force and numbers. Okay? Pues ipamaguun David tiu panatsu sa estay man amko esta atman di man mumu. Toda mamumuji war reparation jasiga di man ma-shutdown. Kada hapa malagu niya i Chamorro man ma nisita guahan klasen mumu. Pues edjige na pago na henerasyon. Mga masopta i gwinipi mga masopta i todo i tempo ni estay i manamko ta hagas man ajile pano English man ma 45 hit manapan malati it manapan dongkulit pues dapat aguti kanay masaya todo du gawi jani isla kada patgun kada saina kada gipan hujung gisangsung dapat aguti kanay jomali na guaha unification guaha punta mandadanya itaw dadalay siya dadanggan maliit na guaha interes dadalay siya na klasen tauto corazon tauto matsulia sa nothing less than man mabedania i Indians gitatu lo tanotas ti jahapan na patapan manggagaw pet misu pada tapan halum gimis mutano i man manggilota. Pues panogi pamaguun esta jo samano gi senior citizen na jo sisinya sinen agang jo tapan hita jauh jo na palabra ihita. Okay? Sa tadja Suka dorsa na tauto esta pluralize jo ita. Pues kada dors Chamorro na nataw-taw. Dosa yun natungo. Sempiw pa niya, no? Pues, attitude mo na, siya mo na, man mapanagwit with Pinoy English, was there's power in the pen. There's power in the pen. Was usa, ipluma, dyan tugi, papa, todo sinantin medyo, sa sempiw palopan, gitalangan edjim, igay asin. So, that's all gimanin ni na sinyata. Lo kung bibidam dyan pan mata papa dyan lii lugat medyo. Sa ayi ito lugat mami dyan. Man manaya no para un rato. Lo tihami actually necesita in adagyam dyan sa improtectihi. Gipapa. Tinano may gaga lugat. Para todo sinentekon, todo pinalupano necesita by who atan todo ijunya articles ante de pamatinas lo pudi traveler hanaw do lokpi gano li independenti anaw tell you Pilipinas uno ni man independenti ja ano manaw do puti corazon no sa gahajim rikuko gaji tata dan nisita adahi sa itaw-tawta nisita lokwi todo do upan manyagi okay lo beatan giyo lo como hoben jo tunga na gaini na sinya jo ja popota sinya benti be panhonggi janu be panhonggi na no manggaini na sinya na tawto ja timanggago na tawtaw. Lo jangkin pasiga tagini man matatata. And again, notwithstanding ko pata todo do testaman man sabbi as veteranos ko pa fan malingo ni todo sabi niya. Edsugi na maput lo jangkin guaha niya i Lipino Inglaterra to meet halfway because they need us as much as we need them. That's my, okay. So, tunga pa naman gagawin, puritano. So, trata maulit, raben na panyaga dugi corner na ilo tinisitan sa nga niya mapa, abensego. Ano ito? Tutungo sa, I've never had that much time to look into those. Lo, sempre ba studian maulit. Zabay patinas, idesisyon no ni utungo na mas malik para man mamamayla na natawtawta. Sa bulas ta piniti, di man malokan. Pues, edja, bay studia na dja ante di bay pamatinas no desisyon kaya na udja. Okay, and definitely, sempi para manoy manawliki majoria. Ja, like I just finished saying, there's force and numbers. Pues, anggan, migay niya Lenya independenti was hamin is taman man mapus sina in considerado. Okay?